What is up, everybody? How are you all doing? My name is Sean Patterson, and in this video, we are going to talk about a term I came up with called the chemical advantage. And in this video, we will also explain why you should even pay attention to this YouTube channel in the first place. And so, we really want to expand upon and touch upon the benefits of learning chemistry. And we will be teaching you chemistry on this channel. We'll be teaching you general chemistry, organic chemistry, biochemistry, polymer chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and physical chemistry. That's it. And so, hopefully during these lessons, you will understand the importance of why each lesson is important and how a practical application to your life can happen. And so in this video, I'm going to touch upon the origin of the chemical advantage, what kind of benefits you can expect to receive from the chemical advantage, and why you should learn chemistry in the first place, and where exactly it fits in the realm of science. And so, first of all, have you ever noticed that no matter what media is out there, it seldom mentions chemistry? It's always like biology or physics, because chemistry is very hard to understand for some people. It was hard to understand for me too. It's still hard. You have to work at this chemistry. And luckily, with my years of experience, having been studying chemistry for 17 years, we are going to get you all the information you need regarding chemistry, and you're going to love it. It's so great. So that being said, let's talk about the origins of the chemical advantage. And so my professor at Elon University, Dr. Grimley, and I were at lunch one day, and he says, no matter what you do, you have got to have that chemistry. So I took this to mean like literally and metaphorically. And so you might ask yourself, why are you so gung-ho about the chemical advantage? It is because it provides me with a lifestyle advantage. I enjoy my lifestyle. I don't have a lot of money in the bank, but my lifestyle, because of the knowledge I know and the hobbies I already have, I can apply chemistry to the hobbies I already have, like breakdancing, like tennis, like art, like combating problems that persist in society. And so you might ask, why should you learn chemistry from Sean? Like, why should you learn chemistry in the first place? And I'm telling you, it's the chemical advantage. And then I'll explain the benefits of the chemical advantage right now. First of all, you're going to learn how to think. Second of all, you're going to learn how to write. You're going to learn how to learn. You're going to learn how to work hard. You can help your family live longer, and it's really, really fun. It is really fun. And so, where does chemistry fit in the realms of science? And actually, to be honest, we're going to expand on each one of those points that I explained to you just now. and we're gonna explain the we're gonna expand upon the each point that I explained to you just now, and hopefully I can convince you to pay attention to this channel and just form a community of people who are just passionate about science. And that's the goal. And we can all come together and learn chemistry and then form think tanks to solve real world problems like curing cancer, like combating combating climate change, like focusing on preventative health, like focusing on women's health, like focusing on new materials to build buildings with, like focusing on new materials for sports equipment, space, things of that nature. And so where does chemistry fit in with relative to science? Well, chemistry is the central science, okay? And you can say that math is applied philosophy, physics is applied math, chemistry is applied physics, biology is applied chemistry, social sciences are applied biology. So you can say that because chemistry lies in between being an application of physics and being a derivation of biology, that it is essential science. And so, how is it that we are learning all of these benefits that we just explained? You know the why, and now I want to tell you the how. And first we're going to begin with learning how to think. Point number one on the board. Okay, so basically what I conjured up is that observing with the five senses, hearing, seeing, taste, touch, smell, is not enough. You have to think with your mind. And so you might be asking yourself, how do you do this? Well, I'll just tell you right off the bat. Concepts, mechanisms, and derivations is how we learn to think in chemistry. Very simple. It's just that simple. And then applying all of the above in different contexts. And so this is the understanding of chemistry and why you should learn chemistry. Because you apply what you learn in Gen Chem and Organic Chem in a variety of environments, in a variety of contexts, like medicinal chemistry, for example, environmental chemistry, for example. I haven't taken medicinal chemistry. I'm just saying, like physical chemistry, where you factor in all of the physical forces that go into a reaction, whereas you didn't take in these variables in general chemistry. And that's where we have like the Van der Waals gases, which is just like a simulation of, which is like a model to understand the behavior of a gas and the gas laws, for example. And so, like, how do you derive that, for example? That it requires us to think. That's why I come up with derivations, mechanisms, synthesizing organic compounds. Synthesizing organic compounds from you start with one thing and you want to use the least amount of steps to synthesize something else. Concepts. Electronegativity, for example. Just basic concepts which help understand how the natural world behaves. How the natural world behaves. And then we apply all of the above in different contexts. So that's what I mean by saying learn to think. And because we can't observe what's going on with the naked eye, you have to think with your mind about what's going on, and then say based on things like okay, the characterization, the hypothesis, the environment, past research, or economical constraints, like what is going on. Like, life is good. Cool. Okay, so the next point is to learn how to write. And you might ask yourself how. Well, definitely writing scientific reports. You write so many scientific reports that are like 15 pages long that you got no choice but to become a good writer, or else you're just not gonna do good. And that's like what saved me in chemistry, bro. Like, I'm not the best test taker, but I can write up a good lab report and just do the experiment and just write up a good lab report. And if you can write about what can't be seen by the naked eye, then you can write about anything. So think about this. Fiction creates imagery, but you can still see that imagery with the naked eye. In chemistry, you cannot see what is going on with the naked eye. So if you can write about what can be seen by the naked eye, you can write about anything. So it's like a good drill. You're basically just pushing yourself to like the hardest thing you can do. And you say like, well, if I can do this, I can do anything. Exactly. It's fun. And so next we have learn how to learn. Chemistry is colloquially understood to be hard, but this channel is going to make it easier. So never fear. Elon University Chemistry Department, special thanks. University of Georgia Chemistry Department, special thanks. Georgia Tech School of Biomolecular and Chemical Engineering, special thanks. Special thanks, Dr. Darren Lipome. We good. And so, you can learn how to learn. And so, for example, when doing the nano drug delivery systems, which we will talk about in another video, I start to ask myself really interesting questions based on the new conceptual information I'm exposed to as I learn more information. So, for example, like, can we just cross-link PHA with another polymer in order to give it better thermal stability in vitro or in vivo, for example? And then the more context of chemistry that you get exposed to, the easier it becomes to come up with better questions. So you want to, basically, as a researcher, you want to get good at asking questions, which is why we promote asking questions. So you got to ask questions in science. We'll be like, well, if I do this, then what will happen? Like, if, then. And that's the basis of hypothesis. And that's why we teach and promote the scientific method so much. And it's when you get new conceptual information, you're able to relate it to a problem that's practical that needs to be solved. And so you want to break complex problems down into simpler components, i.e., with mechanisms in chemistry. You know what you got, you know what you want to end up with. So what should you start out with? You want to reverse engineer that. How to learn chemistry. How to learn in chemistry. You're gaining experience, and so you want to say like, well, how do I even get involved in chemistry in the first place? Well, if you're in high school, you can try to take an honors chemistry course. And then in 10th grade, and then do dual enrollment in 11th grade and take a college chemistry course. So that way you get your chemistry credits knocked out really quickly. And you've already been exposed to it twice before you get to your real college. And so, and how to learn chemistry, gaining experience when you're in college, you can do a sure experience to actually apply your conceptual knowledge to a practical problem. Super important. And one way we learn how to learn and critically think is by doing organic chemistry and taking account different factors and different complexities. Like, okay, is it gonna be racemic? Or based on the stereochemistry and the chirality of the compound, like what's good? Is it R or is it S? Is it D or is it L? Right? Yeah, exactly. See? And so, be like, Sean, where are you coming from? So, Sean, where are you coming from? Well, I'm gonna refer you to the board. I'm just trying to teach you to learn how to think, teach you to learn how to write, teach you to learn how to learn, teach you to learn how to work hard, to help your family live longer, and help you have some fun. And teach you with some really cool life hacks on the channel. It's fun. Teach you like basically everything I know, and it's fun. So, as you learn, as we talk about chemistry directly from a curriculum, and as we teach chemistry, and then as we actually talk about like practical applications, just remember, if you find yourself lagging behind, failure is an event, not a person. And so it's never that serious to be like, yo, I hate my life, bro. It's really never that serious, bro. Like, fuck it. It's really never that serious, bro. But it can be stressful. But this is why we have the channel to make it easier for you. It's all good. And so feel free to ask me anything about what's going on in the course should you not understand. Our community is at this juncture small enough to where you can do that. And so just be like, and then I'll ask you like what you think is going on, because in science it's often underrated. What's often underrated is communication. So in a real world context, this is the type of conversations we'd be having. Like, well, what's going on? Like, yeah, I'd say like, well, I've extracted the organic. I've extracted the polymer. Let's send it off to you and characterize it. Then they'll characterize it and be like, well, what's going on? Like, is it synthesized or any impurities in it? Things of that nature. So once explained, if you tell me what's going on, if you're on the money, I'll let you know you're on the money. If you're not on the money, I'll let you know you're not on the money. But I'll always give you the answer because once again, it's never that serious. So feel free to ask any questions. But if we were testing you on a school academic environment, like we can't give you answers during a test, obviously. That's why it's so important during class ask questions. Next, you learn how to work hard. And so working hard and applying chemistry to various environments, you get to become an interdisciplinarian. And so you can learn that biochemistry, that polymer chemistry, that physical chemistry, computational chemistry, and really learn how each plays a role in solving a real application. Because remember, no matter what you do, you have to have that chemistry. And then from learning how to work hard, that's where we learn how to work smart. Identifying patterns, reverse engineering our behavior and saying, okay, like what are we doing really? And then say okay, like how do we work smart from this? And so up front, you're gonna want to devote a lot of time to learn the material if this is something you really want to take seriously, and say, okay, by putting in a lot of hours up front, and you said, okay, like how do we work smart now? And that's exactly what I did. I put a lot of hours up front. Like I can regurgitate what's going on, but I can't really explain. Like what's going on. I'm like the significance of things, and that's what we're talking about. And so from there, working hard, you learn how to learn, because you're exactly. I can regurgitate because it's being explained, and I learned it from like very different way than how I'm going to explain it to you. So learn how to learn. So you're gonna learn how to learn. And so one way we learn how to learn is just like doing comparisons, compare and contrast, similes and metaphors. Like if you know you can compare it to a good metaphor, then that's how you know you're on the money, that you understand it. Look, and see, like, how do you work hard then? Just basically repeat and do a lot of problems, and just do a lot of different varying things. And it's just that simple. Second to last, we've got help your family live longer. Increase the quality of life for humankind. And so you can have various applications that you can do this for. You can do lifestyle, investments, medicine, materials, technology. And the point of this is so you can learn how to make your own for yourself. Right? Depending on your environment, and to see what you naturally gravitate towards. Like maybe you growing up in the forest, but that's why you like trees so much. Or maybe you grow up in the forest and that's why you don't like trees so much. And so like what's your application? Like what do you like to do? Try to always integrate that chemistry into your interest, and that's what we try to teach you how to do here. And so applications are lifestyle, investments, medicine, materials, technology. And then you'll be like, how will your quality of life increase? You'll feel more accomplished because you've worked hard. Working hard is a good feeling. And you'll gain a more holistic understanding of yourself. You feel contributed to society. You can cooperate with people because in science we communicate with things. And that's the whole point. And it's so fun. Happiness with respect to lifestyle is more attainable. Every day new discoveries are being made. And so every day new discoveries in science are being made. And we really want to say that let's get in the mix. Let's create a chemistry community. And that's the whole point of this YouTube channel. So, we'll begin with general chemistry, organic chemistry, biopolymer chemistry, physical chemistry, and maybe nanoengineering. And then we'll teach you some practical applications for everything. And we'll also teach you how to write scientific reports. We'll teach you how to communicate to a non-scientific audience. How to communicate to a scientific audience. How to dissect an article which you are not familiar with. Using your resources online. How to network with professors online. And all this and much more. So, coming close to close, we just want to say that we want to teach you to learn how to think, learn how to write, learn how to learn how to work hard, help your family live longer. It's so fun. And then, honestly, you can make a lot of money off of it too. It's a really, if you make a discovery, you can patent that and start your own business. And we want to teach you how to do these things for yourself. Exactly. Teach you how to do these things for yourself. And we are good. That being said, it's Sean Patterson. And so in this video, we really just talked about the chemical advantage. We talked about why it's important to learn chemistry and how chemistry relates to the other branches of science. We said that, okay, no matter what you do, you have got to have that chemistry. And that is super imperative. And so we basically just talked about concepts, mechanisms, derivations, and applying it in different environments as well. And then also writing scientific reports and real practical applications, learning how to learn cool life hacks, increasing the quality of humankind. And as long as we can keep focused on what's really important in coming together and making life and making the world a better place, then we can come together and really teach each other a lot on this YouTube channel. So that being said, I'm your host, Sean Patterson. Welcome to The Chemical Advantage.